Okay, the other day I was walking at the Parklands, like I do all the time in the morning, and I came across this sign. It was a nice, quiet morning. Hadn't seen anybody else out there, and just walking along this path that I always walk on. And the sign said, "Stay on path." But I noticed that I'm standing there at a crossroads. One path is nice and wide and it's going straight. The other path is narrow and kind of winding through the woods off to the right. And it says, "Please stay on path." So I'm reflecting about this, and it's like sometimes you're standing on the crossroads of life, and you have to ask yourself, which path am I going to stay on? And who decides which path is the right path for me? The left path, the path that's most traveled, that's the path where we've been taught to, follow, go to school, get good grades, get a degree, go work at some big corporation where you landed a respectable job and work diligently for 40 years and then retire on half the income that you could barely get by with during the time that you were working. That's the path that's paved with expectations. It's a path that has student loans, car payments, mortgages on houses that we can't quite afford. It's the path where we have credit card debt, where we buy things that we really didn't need, but we wanted because society told us we needed those things, that we needed the more expensive things, that when it came to that car, we needed the car with all the bells and whistles, when really we probably could have got by with a lesser car, where we're buying the top-notch consumer goods, where we probably could have got by with much less. But that's the path that the system wants us to go on, the system that quietly whispers to us to trade our time for money, pay the highest taxes, don't question the rules. It promises comfort while it delivers us constraint. It delivers to us a life that's where we live paycheck to paycheck, where freedom is postponed until it's too late to really enjoy it. Kind of like the movie Matrix, red pill, blue pill. Well, the right path, that path that's less traveled, that path that was narrower, winding through the woods there, the right path, like I said, it's barely worn, but it's glowing with possibilities. This one's not taught. They don't teach us this in school. It's one where we discover in life. You still work hard at your job, but you find some way to build a residual income along the way, some income that comes in month after month, regardless of what you're doing. You learn tax strategies that are designed for business owners, tax strategies that you can't take when you're going on that normal path through life. It's a path where you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who lift you up, encourage you to be more and to do more. It's a path where you leverage your time, you leverage your skills, and you network with other people. What do I mean by leveraging your time? Find ways to, instead of trading time for money, find ways to create more money from the time of other people's, not just your own labor, from the labor of other people. It's a path where you create, you lead, you earn not just money, but time freedom. It's not the easy path, but it's the one that opens the doors to wealth, to meaning, to autonomy. As Robert Kiyosaki coined it, the business of the 21st century. So which path will you stay on? The force doesn't care which route that you choose, but your future will care. The sign reminds us to stay on the path, but it never says you can't choose a new path. You can't choose a new direction, as long as you make that choice and then stay on that choice. Because sometimes the only way to protect what's natural, including your own freedom, is to forge the path that others were too afraid to forge, the path that others were too afraid to walk. So if you're curious about a business model that changed how I think about time, how I think about income, how I think about legacy, type path in the comments below, and I'll show you exactly how that trail opens up to new possibilities.